doctors are starting to wonder about me. I'm not bullshitting. They think there's something wrong with me. I'm like a freak of nature or something. I have I got acquired a staph infection on my leg. And like, I thought only old people get this. I got edema and cellulitis where the leg gets filled full of water. And I've got a hole in my leg right above my kneecap. Right there. It's healing up and taking forever. And they wanted to vacuum clean it out. But they had to do a ultrasound on my leg. And they said he has no blood clots. But we found both of his arteries, his main ones, in the thigh, clogged up. So before they do my knee, they got to rush me on this Tuesday to go roto-rooter my leg. I mean, really, come on. And then right after that, they're going to go and vacuum clean that out and find out why it's taking so long to heal. Basically, I'm not getting enough oxygen in my leg. So that's why they got to roto-rooter the things. But they said it's an easy thing, and you're out in about a day, and you're moving around real quick. And after doing so many stunts, I really can't walk I'm getting this left knee replaced December 4th, but I can't do anything until this is all healed up. And I had to cancel like one movie. Well, this is all in August and September. One movie, 2 festivals, film festivals, and 2 signing conventions. And I said, I can still walk, but the doctor goes, I don't think so. So it's really painful for me to walk because I really have no knee here. There's basically no cartilage. And this one, I'm totally free. So, I might as well. No, anyway, I'm here and I live in Dubuque, and this was great for me. And I'll be taking some time off till first of the year, except for a couple of films, so I can, get it back together again. But just so that you know a little bit about what's going on. And now let's get back to the Maniac. You want to start with one?
How about that's how you beat the odds. That's a tough man right here.
Thank you.
That's how it's done.
Very
tough. Canceled all those
tough.
events, but he's here at the RozzTox because you love horror, because that's what he does. Kills them.
No, even the doctors are starting to think that there's something wrong with me. I mean, not in that way that, how many bodies are they going to keep giving me?
More than human, my friend.
I should have died with the cancer. I had 35% chance of survival.
Yep.
They found me clean I had 7 weeks of radiation and chemo, and I lost a lot of weight. And that was in April of the year before last, and I already got an offer to do a movie with my friend Joe Estevez in California for a day, and I asked my doctor, said, I gotta go work. And he says, well, we really invited you to like relax for a while, It's not very strenuous or anything else like that, so I went to California, did a short, what Joe called a perfect candidate, and that's what a bunch of awards. I think they're really sucking it personally, but people like it. Excuse me, acid reflux. But other than that, I'm back to work, and I've already done 3 movies this year. One you gotta look for called The Blood Story. And I just did a really nice movie last summer, with Sid Haig.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Joe Estevez, and it's called High on the Hog. Right. And I was supposed to play the main bad guy, but I was still too skinny to play Big Daddy. And Sid looked like he was eating well. So let's be polite about that. because I think he's one of the greatest in the world, and the role was great. When I ended up playing the mayor, I used a southern accent because I got a degree in voice from Arizona State, and I studied at Northwestern when I was a lot younger, and we're not talking age today, okay? It's tough enough beating the odds. And I love the spiders in here. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. He did such a great, when the movie comes out, it should be out right after the New Year, and it's gonna be in theaters, and a limited release, but a lot of theaters. I think it's his best performance he's ever done. He really has a lot of levels, like as if you're watching a Super A movie. I don't think I could have done the job he did on it, because it just suits him physically with the way he looks and the character. And Joe Estevez plays the federal agent who wants to take. I'm the mayor of that town, and I know that in the movie, Sid has kept our town alive with his pot farm, not a pig farm. And they come from all over to get Sid's pot in the movie. And we've kept it secret for a long time, but Joe Estevez is bent on hell to get us. And it's got some great action scenes and some great explosions at the end and everything else. But please look for it. It's called High on the Hog. And I decided to use because it was rural, I used a southern accent, which was, I think, very believable, because I've killed a lot of people. And, I mean, in the movies.
About 5 years ago, it was 700 and some, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been about 100, including television. They don't have all of it on IMDb, but close to 160 now. But look for the High on the Hog and a movie called Blood Story that's coming out.
That's a serious body count, y'all. Serious body count.
God forgive me, no. But back to Maniac Cop 1, does anybody have any questions about the stunts or anything else or something? Yes, sir.
How much did they let you do yourself? How much of the stunts were you able to do yourself for that?
Everything but my burns.
Every damn last one.
Yeah.
He was telling us earlier, what did you say, it was about 4 hours a day in the chair?
Not for the first one. The second one was about Dean Gates. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, but they brought him in. He won't work with anybody, but he does that mask on Maniac Cop 2 is it's priceless.
So we're
It's
talking
about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and then
Yeah.
a good hour. He doesn't like anybody working with him, but he was so good, and they paid me extremely handsome for that. And it was close to an hour to take it off. And then when we wanted to do the third one, they had Bob Kurtzman, K&B, who did a lot of special effects, and they were great to work with.
Walking Dead effects.
Yes.
They're appearing tomorrow night for
That's
Walking
right,
Dead
that's right.
appearance. Yeah.
He's fantastic. They I demanded a little bit quicker for me to make them. So it only took about 45 minutes, like it did the first one, where they only put like 3 or 4 prosthetics on my face.
That's what I was actually going to ask you. How many pieces were there? On
I
the
think
original?
3 satisfactorily
Was it
large
the
ones.
sheet
Yeah.
going over the nose?
Yeah, there was one
and
of
then
those.
the chin.
One of those there, chin, and then maybe a little baby went over the side. There were 4. And that only took about, I had 3 people working on the first one. That was like 45 minutes to an hour.
That's not really that bad.
No, and it's the second one, like I say, was a little close to 3 hours, a little over 3 to take it all off. And then on the, our second one, and then the third one, they already had pre-made the masks every day. And all it took for them was to put it over my head. Some of them had been a zipper where you can't see, done really well. And they were pre-painted halfway through. But the third one, there's a lot of pus and red blood it's like dripping a lot, so they can't really pre-make that, but
Right.
that, with 3 people working on it, anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour, depending on.
That's really not that
and
bad.
then with 3 people working on it, take it off, it goes by pretty quick.
Sounds like part 3 needs to be at 12 Hours of Terror number 3.
They were
Three's
gonna-
on 3.
They weren't gonna do Maniac Cop 4, but everybody's really greedy at the moment. We've never received a residual check for any of the Maniac Cops. They are, they're really greedy. The producers and directors and, yeah, we
Did all
say
the hard
hi
work
to
and they
each
get all
other
the
and that, but Rich Campbell and I and everybody else never got a residual check. Hell, I'm still getting, I just got a residual check the other day, I laughed my ass off. I guess they're on Moonlighting with Bruce Willis and Silver Shepherd. I had a beer at them, and I played the owner of a casino, and I got one for 29 cents, and I just got to keep it. I didn't run out of cash, and I thought I'd frame it. I had some for like 18 cents. I did Growing Pains with Brad Pitt before he was a star. And then I played the road manager in his rock band, and the kids and the family wanted to go backstage, so they go backstage, and it's funny, those checks right now are anywhere between 19 cents, because they could continually go down after you were salad after a certain period of time, and depending on what they are, they do that. But that's, getting back to the original question, that's how long the night goes. Yes.
Got both your hips replaced.
Just quite a few. The one in Tango and Cash, going through the windshield of the truck in the opening scene of the movie with Stallone, it's really kind of a fun scene. He's got this little Beretta, he should have got a fuel truck, I could have run him over. Literally, but I got paid really well to come back. We were 3 days out of the week, and I got my weekly salary, which was pretty good. So, but going through the windshield of the truck at the beginning, all we had was a jacket on with hockey pads, and if you don't land right, you really get screwed up. Well, you really don't complain, and you're a lot younger, and you just shake it off and do it. But that was one that really kind of messed up my back. And then I did a kids' television series called Cyber Kids. You can look it up on YouTube. It's actually pretty cool. I can't remember my character's name, but I got real long hair and a phony mustache. And I play like a Darth Vader. And these 4 kids have all this power. It's spelled Cyber, K-I-D-Z, I think. And you can watch it on YouTube. And the stuntman they had, I had to jump up a 35-foot bridge in Griffith Park, Los Angeles, in the park in the zoo there. And when you're lifted up, and I had all this armor and metal on and everything else like that, but I'm looking down and they didn't even have any pads, they had boxes and like 2 mattresses. But then they like bringing a stuntman with the same clothes on, and he's basically a midget. I'm not a midget, This guy was just a little over 5 feet, and I'm going, I don't know how you plan on shooting this, but it's just not gonna work. So I did the stunt, and I landed on my straight upright, and I didn't couple my knees, which you're just supposed to relax and let it hit and then fall on the ground. And then I got to get back up and run after the kids. And they have it on tape and all the bad footage, and as soon as I hit the ground, they saw my face go. And then I got back up and I ran to chase the 4 kids. But it's really a good children's show. I don't know. Again, another producer who ripped off a lot of people was going to play on Saturday mornings, and then they decided not to go and do that. But it's Cyber with a K, Kids. It's really, you should look it up on YouTube. But I do all my own stunts there too. But I mean, at 26 years old, no, I'm just joking. I would prefer to do do all my own stunts unless they just basically won't let me. So, but you can say 90% of all the stunt work you see me do is my own.
What was it like fighting the inmates in the shower?
Fun. I told the guy, the stunt coordinator designed a very, I didn't want to do any martial arts. I played a New York street cop, and a lot of my friends are policemen, and back in the Chicagoland area where I grew up, and you know, I wanted to be like a brute force New York cop. I was a street fighter, and not, you know, Bruce Lee and all this other stuff. I wanted to do like brute force like stuff, like grab him, because I'm a big guy, or was, so I put the weight back on. And I mean, you know, I like doing the elbow stuff, and then the heads to the knee. Whoa. The heads to the kneecap.
Fucking up the
and
microphone.
Stuff like that. And that stuff works really well for my character. However, I did do a movie that was re-released called Samurai. And it's a martial arts thing that they re-released, and you can get it on DVD. It's nothing to do with like Maniac Cop, and I'm not the samurai cop, I'm one of the villains. But I got to learn how to be samurai and stuff like that, and they just released that. And for a lower budget movie, it looks like a foreign movie, but it's really good. And I forgot I really, all that samurai stuff I had to learn and martial arts for that, so it's an interesting movie.
Any other questions? Anybody?
I'm assuming due to all your injuries, the stunt game has probably changed since.
Yeah, since they got all the computerized stuff
Absolutely.
and everything. Could somebody give me just a glass of regular water?
Whatever you want. So.
I'm on medicine for my,
I actually got a question.
yes,
Tingling Cash, how tall were you?
great
when you
stuff.
filmed it?
All right, Stallone's very short.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I
And
didn't know how
he
short.
wears lips. He's got a real thing about his height. And the wardrobe guy wanted to get back at Sly for something. And I go, well, what do you want to do? And he said, do you mind if we put some lips into your motorcycle boots? And they had a set of weights for me and my trailer. We shot a lot of this. We shot at the workhouse for some of the scenes. It's a old Confederate prison in Lexington. Cincinnati and Lexington, thank you, right across the Ohio River. And what else? You have questions?
Yeah.
I remember I got paid for the first week going up to this. My hair was pretty long. Stallone wanted me to look more like Conan the Barbarian, and the director wanted to do something weird. So they fought for like 4 days, and I got paid for the week, which was wonderful. They actually just slipped the hair back and then ran a pigtail all the way down my back to that character. But what was the original question?
Just how tall you were.
Oh, so with the lifts in, and you know, with an inch and a half to 2 inch heel, I was like 6'5", and Stallone freaked out when I walked onto the set. And he was taking the growth hormones, and I mean, he was an avid workout artist.
Need that case?
Okay, now when he's into it, he's into it. He
Oh,
got
yeah,
his own
right.
chef, eat only certain foods. And I remember walking onto the set, and I'm sitting next to whoever, standing next to him for the scene, he goes, "Hey, Robert,
Oh, dude.
what kind of shit are you on, man?" I mean, man, like you just, I'm looking at your shoes, but you're like 5 inches taller now. I mean, you gotta tell me, I won't tell anybody. I'm good shit, man. I didn't tell him anything. It was a private joke, and he still doesn't know.
And we won't tell him.
But I had.
So much for putting this on YouTube, right?
How the RozzTox knows.
It's kind of tough to move around, but if you concentrate well enough on the run scenes and things like that, it's okay to do. And one thing when you wear lifts and stuff like that, if you watch Tango and Cash, you'll never see him walk backward. It's very difficult to maintain your balance. Those are little tricks that we all know in the industry, but that the audience doesn't know unless they spill the beans like I'm doing right now. But that was a great movie, especially financially at the time for me. But like the fight scene at right when I get killed, about halfway through the movie, we shot in one of the sound stages at Warner Brothers, and they used, I don't know, 180,000 gallons of water on the what do you call it, the sound stage. And I did the fight scene with him on the grappling hook, and I get electrocuted. And if the first two wires that are on top of the roof are fake, the rest of them are live. So if you notice, the first two look more like sparklers, and the other two are the real deal, or three, before they go back and I fall into them and start acting goofy when I'm getting electrocuted. And you can't see it, but they had two little stuntmen, very short but gymnasts, and they are like squatted behind those, they look like big speaker things with the thing, just in case I slipped in the rain and fell backwards. I could have fried, but the pay was good. And I know my abilities and what I can do and what I can't. And if I can't do it, I'll just come right out and tell them that I was younger, I was very agile for being a tall guy. And they're all in one take. It was great.
Sir, there's nothing you can't do. Really? You made it here tonight.
No birds.
Beat all them odds.
No birds.
I'm afraid of like 3 ways to die, personally. Falling out of an airplane and just going down and splattering, or heights, drowning, or catching on fire.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can deal with almost anything in life. But,
Obviously.
I don't know if the doctor tells me something else that needs to be replaced. I'm not that afraid of those 3 things that I just told you anymore. I've got 2 middle hips, and I need to get 2 knees replaced. This one especially ASAP, which is going to be done December 4th, provided the infection in my leg is healed by then. And then I need to get 2 shoulder replacements from falling. Plus, I played football and rugby at Arizona State a long time ago. I went and studied voice at Northwestern privately, and then I got 2 degrees, one in voice with fine arts, with voice with music, and then the other one is acting, associate's in arts degree, and I got 2 degrees from Arizona State, so I just finally got back to Tempe, Arizona, to do the Rapture Horror Film Festival this last weekend. It was great to see all my people I went to school with and stuff like that. They came out to see me, so it's kind of cool. But I don't mind really tackling anything as long as I can do it physically and don't look like a monkey on it, or anything like that, status or something like that.
Robert, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Any other questions?
You made tonight very special for, I think, just about everybody in this building.
Oh, you're too kind. Actually, you did something nice for me.
Overcoming the hurdles you've overcome, making the films you've made. Cult fans wouldn't be cult fans without actors like yourself.
I'm surprised. I really don't like it. And I thank you all enjoying my movie. I am selling in the back over there if you're interested, and hopefully we'll be doing some more things down at RozzTox in the after the first of the year in the near future.
Whatever you do, I'll make
That sounds
sure.
good.
Thank you.
365 horror films. Blogspot.com, Robert Zadar. For real. This walking legend.
I'm going to
Still
tell you
walking.
something else. I saw, I can mention name, you went bought a couple pictures. I just finished a movie the first week of August in Washington, D.C. called Easter Sunday.
Nice.
And I play the sheriff. It's based on a true story about a serial killer who dresses up like a bunny with that same type of thing you got on. Recover this place. I do get killed in it, but when I saw you at the, it should be out by probably next June. It's a lower budget movie finance, but done pretty good. But look for Easter Sunday, and that hat reminds me of the killer. And it's based on a true story. The guy's a real sicko.
Come on down and promote it.
We have plans to show Easter Casket. When that film comes out, we'd love to have you back.
Yes.
We'll show that film and Easter Casket together. That'd be
As
amazing.
soon as I get my copy, I'll call you and let you know. on
You know it.
Tuesday.
You
We'll
know,
have some
we'll
fun.
probably be playing your copy soon. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you.
Robert's going to be in the back all for a while, at
Yes.
least. We're going to play another film. He's going to be signing some autographs. He's got some great
Of course.
shots, some great stills from the movie, signing autographs, and he does all of his own stunts, and he does not bite. I sat next to him for a while to make for sure.
I'm a lover, not a
Everybody, one big round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Got a shoulder right here if you want a shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Yep.
We'll take about 5 minutes. You guys can stretch, grab a smoke, grab a snack, and then we'll start.
Can you take those
I'll follow you right there with them.
Nice.